My name was never the problem. It is how social conditioning made my environment react to it. The people around me just didn't know how to honor it. Hi, and welcome if you're new here. This channel has one core mission: to minister the gospel of remembering. In its truest sense, that means remembering who we are and remembering, to rejoin, reclaim, and realign with our ancestry and our original way of being. Because I believe that is where our real strength and true freedom lives. We're still celebrating native languages. And if you're like me, your first name comes from a native tongue, and in my case, a native African tongue. But you grew up far away from the continent. What I'm about to share today might feel all too familiar. It was in my mid-20s that I came to fully own and wear my indigenous name with pride. It took years of unlearning, relearning, and realizing just how sacred and central to my identity it is. Before that, it was just a name that I tried to make easier for others. Shorten it, soften it, hide it behind nicknames. My name is Osemobor. In English, it literally translates to, "It has reached my hand." It is from the Asan language, a branch of the Eduid language family spoken in Nigeria, West Africa. As with many words in native languages, the English translation of my name doesn't nearly capture its full meaning. Osemobor, what I waited for is finally here. It means I am desired. I am received with gratitude. I am manifestation. It means arrival. What is meant for me is already on its way to me. It is a reminder that everything I am, everything I'm becoming, is already within reach. It's deeply spiritual when I think about it. My name gives me power and courage to move through the world. It makes me authentic. I feel very proud and lucky to have a name with such a deep and powerful meaning. So, why do we shorten our native names? I'm sure there are reasons stemming from personal lived experiences and realities, but there are also some general ones that I believe that most can relate to, like colonial legacy and cultural conditioning. For generations, colonization and missionary influence taught that native names were uncivilized, unprofessional, too hard. And if you think about it, that is why some of our grandparents have English names as first names, despite being custodians of tradition. As you can imagine, their own parents likely felt that these names would allow them fit better into Western norms. Some of them were even forced to drop their native names and were renamed. This conditioning didn't just disappear. It was in many ways inherited, passed down subtly through generations, and over time, many have learned to pre-edit themselves to avoid rejection in socioeconomic spaces. And then there's social pressure and assimilation. In classrooms or workplaces, people often get tired of hearing, "Can I call you something else? That's too hard to pronounce." And then to avoid that discomfort or othering, they conform, choosing to go with a nickname, a middle name, or some Western-leaning English version of their name. It's not always self-rejection. Oftentimes, it's self-protection. Professional bias. Studies show that names perceived as ethnic or foreign get fewer callbacks on resumes in the Western job market. So people adapt, not because they dislike their culture, but because they want fair access to opportunity. It's a survival tactic in systems still coded with bias. This isn't just theory. It's a lived reality for many of us. Despite growing up in the West, I found myself submitting resumes with a more English-sounding version of my name just to get a call back. I actually had to do this in my university days when applying for part-time jobs with mass hiring. Applications submitted with my native name were rejected, despite having the same experience, the same qualifications. The only difference was the name. In summary, many grow up absorbing subtle messages that their language, their accent, or their name is less than. Reclaiming one's native name, therefore, is a powerful act of unlearning. It's saying, my name was never the problem. It's the world that needs to learn how to say it. Now that we've unpacked the quiet reasons we've learned to make our names easier to swallow, it's time to talk about why we must reclaim them fully, boldly and without apology, especially in light of history. Because your name is a living archive. Your name carries the memory of your people, the language, geography, spirituality, and worldview. It's not just a label, it's a declaration, a story, it's culture that survived erasure. To reclaim your name is to speak the wisdom your ancestors carried in sound. Because names shape self perception. Your native name connects you to the story you're from. It's a constant spiritual reminder, an affirmation. When you know that meaning, you begin to see yourself through that lens. You start walking differently when you know your name means my wealth is imminent or my prayers have been answered. Your name shapes how you see yourself in the world. It's not just a sound, it's a mirror reminding you that identity is sacred, not negotiable. Don't allow society shorten, distort, or replace your name. Because it challenges colonial narratives. Reclaiming your native name pushes back against centuries of systems that renamed indigenous people. It's a quiet but radical resistance, reclaiming the right to define yourself in your own language. What colonizers rename, you get to rename back. Because it re-educates the world. Each time you correct someone, each time you pronounce your name with pride, it invites the world to expand its tongue and respect its diversity. It teaches empathy, humility, and inclusion. Because it heals and honors. Many of our parents and grandparents had to hide or alter their names to survive. When you reclaim yours, you honor the journey they couldn't take, and you finish the cycle they began. In summary, reclaiming your name is not nostalgia, it's reclamation. It's a declaration that your identity, your language, and your heritage deserve full respect and full space in the world. Your name is not the problem. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.